Assalamu alaikum, Gambia. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint, and I am your host, Raki Jallo. Welcome to yet another episode of your favorite program, Issues on Educational Development. You're welcome to yet another episode, and here today I have students from different schools that I've gathered here to discuss issues surrounding student affairs. I have ladies on my right-hand side and I have gentlemen on my left-hand side. I've decided to separate them, to sit in the middle of them to at least make a division. I would like them to introduce themselves. I'll give the mic to each and every one of them to introduce themselves one after the other. I will start with the ladies, and I will start with the lady from my far right. Can you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joanna Mendy, and I am the former head girl of St. Peter's, and it's indeed a great pleasure to be in such a place
You're
today.
welcome, Joanna. Thank you. And you are?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Fatima Jay, the former head girl of Charles Joe Memorial Academy, and I am very happy to be in such an important program.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss J. I will now hand the mic over to the gentlemen for them to introduce themselves. I'll start with my far left, and then it will come down to the next one.
Well, good evening, viewers. I am Ali Joe, the former head boy of Nusrat Senior Secondary School, and I am glad to share a platform with my colleagues here today.
Okay, let's turn to the next one.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ibrahim Andong, the outgoing head boy of Charles Joe Memorial Academy. It is a pleasure to be here, and thank you for the invitation, Raki.
Yeah, you're welcome. It is a good thing to gather student leaders on one platform, and I'm very honored to host you guys. On a very short notice, you could just report to the studio here without any delays or any excuses, I would say. Before we delve into the program proper, I got contact with all of them. I know their names, but for the benefit of the viewers, I asked them to introduce themselves one after the other. We have Joanna, we have Fatma J, we have Aliu, and we have Ibrahima. Yes, they're from different schools, as I said. They'll discuss issues surrounding student affairs in general, but I'll start with their recently ended exams, the exams that have just been completed of recent. The grade 12 WAS exams. So I will ask them one after the other to share their experiences of the examination. That is the examination experience in general. How was it like? Was the exams? They will each talk on this topic basically. How was the exams? Was it fair to them? Whatever that came, was it everything that they were taught in class? Yes, I would like them to share their experience, the little experience, and I will start with the ladies as usual. Joanna, here is the mic.
For the exam, maybe for others it's going to be a little bit tough, and maybe for others, maybe they will be like, it's fair.
Yeah.
But we have encountered a lot. Maybe some usually sleep inside the school campus. Mosquitoes will bite you, but all this is for a positive gain. We're all hoping for the best, and by God's grace, we will all come out with the best. Maybe we are hoping for maximum outcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We pray so too.
Yeah.
So, Famata, what's your experience like?
Okay, I think it was a very good and great accomplishment, because for almost all students in the Gambia, it was a phobia that we had to like overcome.
Yes.
The exam was free and fair, although we did not cover all of the topics that came in the exams, but with the help of our very amazing teachers, we were able to come out of the exam hall smiling, and we hope for better results when the results come out soon.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll pass the mic now to Aliu.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful question. Well, as my colleague rightly mentioned, it is an exam. Sometimes it will not come on your way.
Yeah.
Sometimes the way you want it to be, it will not appear like that. You may be prepared for it.
Yeah.
Whilst when you get into the examination hall, you'll be terrified when they place the paper before you. So it was fair a bit, but students, they tried their best to actually do well in exam, because we all knew the school where I come from. Students, came there, they spent entire night, both boys and girls. So at the end of the day, if things does not come out well, like the way the parents want it to be, let them not blame their students. They did their utmost. They did their best to make sure that they have good grade. But we are hoping it to be fine. Yeah.
Okay. So we move now to Ibrahima.
Yeah, thank you so much. It is a wonderful question.
Yeah.
Though when you just mentioned exam, my heart started palpitating.
I know.
Yeah, because of our students, we know it is one of the things that give us somehow some tough time.
Yeah.
During our education career in terms of education.
Sure.
So I can say it was easy because, to be honest, it requires dedication and determination,
Sure.
and there are lots of things that need to be done as a student. So you are expected to focus, to give it everything, so that you can actually make a way out of it. Yeah. So just to say, my experience was quite funny to some extent, that some of the subjects that we did, sometimes you are asked questions, you think you never did it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
You
it
get
wasn't
confused
yeah,
in
you
the
get
initial
confused.
stage.
Yeah, to be honest. So it wasn't quite easy, but with all that, we were able to actually um, do it with enthusiastic and enthusiasm, and with the help of our teachers, and we are hoping for the best now.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I can attest to that. As a teacher, I know how exam does to students. So I can attest to your experiences. I can relate anyway. So my next topic of conversation will be, because this is a forum, it's an open discussion. It's not going to be questions directed to anybody. Anyone that wants to speak on any particular issue that I raise can just take the mic and talk. The issue that I want to talk about right now is the issue of your responsibilities as student leaders, because I gathered here student leaders. I did it for a purpose anyway. I would like to invite other students, but for today I chose student leaders. The reason for that is for you guys to highlight your roles and responsibilities in the schools, in the particular schools that you represented, because I know you're outgoing head girls and head boys. Am I right? So I would like to know your roles and your responsibilities, or rather, you can all speak on this topic, I guess. You can all talk of your experiences, because I know you all played roles in your particular schools that you represented. So I will start with the men this time around. I want to be fair. So the gentlemen can start talking about their roles and responsibilities in the school. I'll start with Ibrahim.
Okay.
Yes, you can talk about your role and responsibilities in the school. How tedious was it? What were the challenges you faced? And then what were some of the good stories that you can also share?
Thank you very much for such a wonderful question. We are called head boys and head girls in schools, but not just by name. Should it be?
Sure.
To be honest, leadership is not easy. I have learned 3 important things during my tenure in leadership. In Charles Joe. Yeah, the first thing is I learned about the importance of leadership. I've learned about the importance of love, that is to care for people. Yeah. So basically, I've also learned about life. Yeah, because as a leader, there are many things that have to be in you. Yeah, the qualities of a leadership of a leader should be embedded in you. Yeah. So my experience is like when I was chosen as a head boy, I had to understand that students are just like me. I am also a student. So I didn't term them as inferior. I had to actually come down to their level, because you are dealing with students who are very, 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 very intelligent. You are dealing with some of them who are even smarter than you. So what you should do is to try to understand how to deal with students, to make sure that you mitigate each and every form of a violence in a school. Yeah, basically that's it.
Okay, that's how your experience have been like. Okay, let's hear from Aliwa as well to share his experience of Nusrat.
Well, Rogi, thank you so much for that question. Well, as Ibrahim has said, I will just pick it up where you stop. Leading students who are very, very intelligent and very, very dexterous.
Yeah, and
It is
smart.
and smart also as well. It is very difficult to actually maneuver, especially if you have students from different background, different schools. Though in Newsrat we have a very, very strict principles there. That's why to lead people there, it is very easy. When you know the ways and which you should take in order to discipline those students. So when it comes to difficulty from student side, we experience less. But what I've learned from the leadership that I was given in Newsrat, I learned a lot. Of course, I learned that whenever you are selected or you are elected to be a leader, you should come down to their level and then put yourself to their own shoe. So with that, you'll be able to lead the students with empathy and compassion. It is very, very difficult to lead thousands of people, and of course, we all know how Nusrat is. Leading those people, it is never easy. A simple mistake you will make, they will capitalize on it. But I'm grateful, for the students there. They actually recognize my leadership, and then they show me maximum respect. And then with that, I was able to lead them unanimously.
Yeah, and your tenure has ended successfully. The ladies now, what is your experience like, Fatmata?
Okay, my experience as head girl, I would say it was very, very, very good and easy. But in another way, I would also say it was not as easy as like people would say. Like leadership is very easy. Um, some of the things I have learned is that I am not above anyone and I am not superior to anyone. I am just a student with authority. I'm just like any one of them. And I also learned about communication because there's this law in physics that says to every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Yeah. The way you talk to people is the same way they will respond. Yeah, they will respond to you. Sure. And through my leadership career, I have found that to be very important in a way that it helped me to be able to deal with some of the stresses that the students might bring to me. And another thing is I would like to thank the Charles Dow General Student Body of Charles Dow because they have been really cooperative. They shown me maximum respect and honor to the fact that sometimes I'll be telling them do this. Some of them know that I am like younger than them. I am older than some of them, but they disregardless they follow to what I say, so long as it has to do with the school's rules and regulations. Yeah. And when I got to be head girl of Charles Young Memorial Academy, my first promise was I was not going to be a leader that dictates. Come, I am sent down to serve them, but not them to serve me. You. So that really helped me to overcome all of that as a head girl.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, that's a good development there. Joanna, let's hear from you about St. Peter's.
Yeah, for me, St. Peter's, it was indeed a great job for me. Yeah. Because St. Peter's is a great school, like everyone has heard of. Yeah. But what I learned from leadership is like you being able to control your feelings, your emotions towards people. Because not all come inside this school to learn, but some are there maybe due to their responsibilities, they will not be able to tackle with things inside this school. Sure. But when you see they choose you as a leader, they see something in you. Yeah. They see that this girl maybe she's passion. Yeah. Her passion is to educate others. If someone is like indisciplined, have an indisciplined attitude and come to school, maybe you can serve as a role model to that person. Educate the person, sit and chat with that person, and maybe you will be able to help that person. Yeah. That is what I learned in St. Peter's. St. Peter's is a great school. Yeah. And when I was chosen, some people were like, you are too small to be a head girl in this grade school. But I was like, they see something in me. And that thing is what I have to showcase in this school. Yeah.
As the saying goes, to whom much is given, much more is expected. Yeah. Regardless of your age or your size or whatever, you handle the position. Yeah. The portfolio was handled to the maximum.
And thanks be to God.
Yes. Judging from this day and age that we are in, if you think about the attitude that students show in school, to be a student leader, I know it's a very tedious job. I know, because in this day and age that we are in, indiscipline is something that is very, very, very common. especially among students. So basically my next topic will be directed about or around indiscipline in schools, because it's something that is of great concern to us as teachers, and it's of great concern to the community. So I would like you as student leaders to share your thoughts, I would say, on indiscipline, the indiscipline that you've seen that are being manifested by students, that you have seen or heard of in the news or in the social media. Because of recent, we've seen recent violences that are being directed to teachers. And this, I would push it to the side of indiscipline, because you cannot untie these two, indiscipline and violence, because if you are disciplined, you will not be violent. Yeah. So what is your thoughts on that?
You know, when you talk about indiscipline,
Yeah.
it goes to maybe family members and parental responsibilities. If you discipline your child, and if your child goes to school, that person will not misbehave inside the school.
Sure.
And some people, if they are indisciplined and they go to school, maybe their teachers can serve as an agent to them. But that agent also, it determines who that teacher is. Respect is reciprocal. You don't expect a student to respect a teacher while the teacher, him or herself, did not respect the self. You're gonna expect a student to respect a teacher while the teacher is dating maybe a student inside the class. You know, this one also is a rival.
Topics of discussion.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, my
The
option
issues.
is like, maybe if the teacher respect the self and the student also respect the self, you know, there will be no violence inside the school or inside the classroom. That one is also another point.
Okay. So I will jump Fatmata for now. Fatmata, I'll come back to you. I would like the gentlemen also to share their thoughts on indiscipline and of recent the violence that are being meted out to teachers by the students.
Okay, that is a very important question, because as we speak, there is a need for that topic to be disseminated all over the country. Students in discipline in schools. I will talk based on my experience. Yeah, in my school, in my own school. Okay, you know, we have to understand that there are many students in all the schools, and all of those students come from different backgrounds.
Sure.
So this has to do also with where they came from, and also the level of organization of the administration of the school, and how the school is able to manage students and make sure that they control students behavior. Yeah, also it has to do also with teachers, and also even students themselves. So basically it is everyone. So we cannot just blame teachers or blame also students, but everyone has to do a work here.
They all need to play a part.
Yeah. The simple idea is because when I was head boy, I can say, because I'm now the outgoing head boy.
The outgoing head boy.
So I interact with many students in the school, because that gave me an idea. It gave me an experience of why and as to what are the causes of such in school.
Yeah.
Sometimes a student react aggressively to a teacher because of the teacher.
The way the teacher
also
him
approaches.
or her.
Yeah. Or sometimes maybe even if it is the teacher that provokes student. You understand?
Yeah.
When they utter some words that are unprofessional to students. Sometimes it is students' behavior in the class or in the school that makes teachers think that this student needs to be dealt with.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
It needs to be disciplined. And then the student also
Reacts in a bad manner.
Yeah. When such happens, the administration has to take a step.
Yeah.
But to some extent, some of our schools administration may not be very much organized to that extent.
Yes.
But I'm just glad that my school is one of the schools that do not tolerate such in
the Charles Joe that I know. I taught there.
Yeah, sure. So if you're in Charles Joe, if you as a student, you will even think that you are somehow restricted to some of the things, simply because of the rules and regulations that are there. But all of that, we have to understand that we are also ruling people. We are not ruling animals. So you have to take your time when such happens. I have witnessed many occasions like that. But the way I try to deal with them is when I see fire, I don't have to be burning to quench that fire too.
Sure.
I have to be at least cool.
Yeah.
You understand, to be able to quench that
You
fire.
have to be water.
Yes. So you cannot be fire, and you want to
and quench.
yeah. So that's
Fire.
what basically what I'm saying. As leaders, you have to have the experience to be able to at least deal with situations like that. Yeah. So you have to use your skills and the likes. So parents have a very important role to play in this also, because they are the ones that have to help us. They have to understand that students have rights, but rights go with responsibility. So it is rights, responsibilities that controls right. So without responsibility, there's no right. Your rights fade away. Yeah, thank you.
You're right. That's true. So let's hear from Ibrahim. It's Ali,
Well,
right? Ali.
yes. Thank you so much, Rahi, for that wonderful question. I can say student rebellion, it is something that is going all around, which is a greater concern for everybody to discuss and come with a tangible solution to that. So, as Ibrahim alluded, we the student leaders also, we had a responsibility to make sure that we inculcate discipline in our student. We need to use different dimension, different method in order to solve this problem. There are a lot of factors that lead to this. The previous speakers, they has mentioned few, which is the teacher side, and of course it can come from the home, but we need to realize that also some students at home, the home is not that much stable. Some students, when they come to school, they don't care. They come from, like, we don't even actually know where they come from. Because as I told you initially, a school is a place where everybody come from anywhere. So sometimes at home it is not stable. So when they come to school, they have this impression that I don't care.
I am free now.
So yes.
Do whatever.
So but the major thing that need to be taken is the school administration need to be solid. They have to be very strict when it comes to discipline. Because in our school, which is Nusrat, we always sing this. We say discipline and hard work, Nusrat number one. If you are not disciplined, that place is not yours. Because even senior prefect, even the class prefect, student, you are not even mad enough to insult the class prefect. Because I always said this. Even a student look at you with a bad eye, as a class prefect, just come to me. I will deal with the student. So when we give the responsibility to the class prefect, you see to it that the senior prefect will be fully respected. You understand? So you see students will not even have goals to actually insult the teachers or to try to argue with the teachers. But the teachers also, they need to actually learn professionalism. You understand? So what Ibrahim has said, it is something that is true. A particular teacher, when you're in class with a student, you started bullying student. Atal hakilo kuyatale, ibaga fem farm. You understand? Sometimes ika teacher jala, in some instances, he will tell the student that stuff like that. So it is somehow crazy. And then all those people need to actually learn, and there should be a much of orientation in both sides.
So
Yeah.
So the thing should be the responsibility of both the teachers and the students, not just the students. Yeah, Farmer, let's hear your take on that.
Okay, indiscipline. This is a very important word that we have to underline, because if you look at my school badge, it says discipline, hard work, and achievement. The administration of my school is strictly against indiscipline, acts of indiscipline in the school. So, and that is why many people know us, because when it comes to our skirt, it is for the girls. It is strictly above the knee, below the knee. So if you have a skirt below the knee, you go to the school, you are totally and powerfully dealt with. And indiscipline, I can say it touches every corner of the world, not just only in the school. You can find acts of indiscipline everywhere. That is why in this case I would not have anyone to blame, because you have the parents, you have the teachers, you have the students, and you have your friends as well. At home, some parents leave their children anyhow. They don't train them, they don't tell them this is wrong, this and this is wrong, and at the end of the day they go out and then do acts of indiscipline. In the school too, teachers need to respect students, because respect is reciprocal. You do not expect to disrespect a student and then you have respect in return. And among peers also, You, as he said, we have different people from different parts of the world coming together in one class. They all have their different attitudes. Like my former head boy would say, Lamaran, we are the same people, we're the same people with different ideologies. You come in contact with different kinds of people with different kinds of attitude. So with that, as a friend, I might influence my other friend to do what I do, which is wrong. That is why I say, like, discipline, indiscipline is something that you can't blame anyone for doing it. But we just have to let our minds, give our minds that this is right and this is wrong, and we have a way of overcoming it. Yeah, that's
Okay, that's a good contribution there from Fatmata. That is it's very clear from all of you that it's like you said the same thoughts, that indiscipline is something that is very rampant, and it's something that we all should come together to embark on its reforms. Not just the students. It's not just the students' responsibility to make a change to that. Now, I would like us to discuss a little bit about these ongoing graduation carnivals that are ongoing. It's a cause for concern for me as a teacher. I said it's going to be one of the topics that I will raise for you guys, because it's not normal to see students in their school uniforms parading the streets, parading, like, let's say, from one town to the other in the name of carnivals. Graduation carnivals, they call it. So what's your take on that? Is it something that one should welcome, or is it something that you guys think it's normal? Is it normal? Is it something normal? Is it a normal phenomenon for you? I will start with the gentleman. I will start with the gentleman this time around. Let's hear from Ali.
Well, when you talk about student carnival, regarding to the graduation, I don't think it is necessary, though it is a news to me, because the school where I was, our students do not actually go in for that. When we talk about, like, after graduation party and other stuff, literally, the students engage themselves into that. But for the carnival, it is something that is not right for students to actually engage yourself into it. When you're done with the exam, what do you expect you to do is to go home and then continue your chill and other stuff with your family members and your friends. But to gather again, especially when they are done with their last paper, we saw on TV students, go to tea light, stoning car there and other rubbish. It is something that does not tell well. We don't actually, we are not trying to restrict you not to go and enjoy yourself. But I said this thing loud and clear. Whoever is behind this sign out or stuff like that in our school, we will take a step, whereas those students will be fully dealt with. We're going to discipline them very well. We don't actually give a room for such. Yeah.
Let's hear from Joanna. Joanna, what's your take on these student carnivals that are ongoing, especially students that will take their uniforms, write things on it, like in the name of signing out of the school? So what's your take on that?
For me, I don't think it's necessary, like signing out is school party and the others. Maybe if you want to do maybe signing out, you can find for a document, you sign on, tell your friends to sign on it, then maybe you can keep it for remembrance. I think that one is the best than signing on your uniform. Because uniform, everyone should see it like something respectful. Because everyone term uniform as maybe for recognition, going to school, this is a particular school that this guy is on. So if you sign on your uniform, it's something that people term as awful or ugly. Because it will not happen. Signing out on your uniform, some people will go to tail light. Maybe your parents will be like, some of them na plus. They will be like, what will be the outcome of this child going to this place? So you can do your signing out at home, go to schools, take your document along. You can maybe a notebook, go tell your friend, you can sign here, I will keep it for remembrance, and maybe I will know.
I guess that would be more civilized.
Yes, that one is the most civilized thing. Then, and maybe during our maybe grandparents' time, they were not doing things like signing out pieces. Those people never know what is signing out. So I don't think this is a thing that we should adopt on. Because this is not a right attitude that students will do, like signing out issues and the others. And it's not even safe. Like going to Tulad and the others. You may go there, if they stone you, they will stab you on your back. You will not blame those people. At the end, it's your parents that will take that responsibility of treating
care.
So it's not safe.
It's not safe, So let's hear from Fatma before we come to.
Okay, the issue of graduation carnival is actually very new to me because I've never experienced that before. But when it comes to signing out, I have seen many people doing it though. But a proper way of doing sign up, because you cannot stop students from doing it. In as much as you talk, you cannot stop them from doing it. In a proper way is that you could tell them not to use their uniforms, maybe use a t-shirt or something else different from the uniform, because the uniform is something that needs to be respected. It has your badge on it with the motto. Example, for Chaza, you have discipline, hard work, and achievement. It is very something very important.
Symbolic,
that symbolic, that signifies unity, as all of you respect and honor. So I think you need to respect that uniform. You could either use an old shirt or a shirt you feel like you can use to sign, because after paper you might not see most of your friends. That's the whole concept of sign out. I can say you might not see many of your friends, so you would love to see their signatures somewhere. Maybe you would be looking at them somewhere someday as a souvenir and be like, this was the person that signed this was the person that signed with. So it's not good to use your uniform. I think you could use something different. And for the issue of tea lights, I don't know, tea lights or carnivals too. There's this thing that I've been seeing that is drifting. It is not safe. How can you go and be standing at on the main highway and then see cars doing like maneuvering like I don't even know how to say it. How about if that driver loses control of the steering wheel and then it comes and hits you? You would either break a leg or die, and then at the end of the day, your family and friends have something to pay for. And I don't think that is worth it. That is what I.
Yeah, that's a good contribution. Ibrahima, can we hear your take of the carnivals and the signing outs?
Okay, thank you very much, madam. About the carnival issue, well, to me, there are so many things that students need to be taught. You know, the media is influencing a lot of us as students, and we don't really know why. Sometimes we just do things without even knowing why do we do this. Yeah. So, but people have different views of their own. So you cannot actually try to control that. But one thing needs to be understood is that you don't just have to do things because you just feel like doing them. You have to do them for a reason.
Or you do them because people are doing it.
Because at least at the end of the day, it will benefit you in the future. Though that's my own view. To me, I don't even think about going to a sign out or going to a carnival. Yeah, because those people who know me would know that I don't even have the time. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, in my school, I've never heard of such like carnival or graduation that they're doing. But a sign out, But what they do is they sign it out on a T-shirt. They print their own T-shirt. They buy it, and then they sign out. They sign on that. Yeah. So that's what I saw they did. Yeah. To be honest. But that's an organized way because they know that if they do such in that school, they will have a problem.
There will be in this disciplinary
Yeah. Because Charles Joe.
Certain schools I know they will not embark on it. But the reason why I'm raising this issue is I know all of you, the schools that you represent. You will not dare do it.
Sure.
Knowing the Newsrat I know, knowing the Charles Joe I know, knowing the St. Peter's I know, and other notable schools that I am not here to name. They will not dare do it. But the schools that do it is the reason why I'm raising this topic. For you to enlighten the general public, for them to know that these are things that are going on. Because this is a discussion on issues of student affairs. Yeah. So is that what you have to contribute on that?
Just basically to talk about students' involvement in such programs that are even unsafe to attend somehow. We have to start from our homes. That's what I'm saying. Our parents have to start helping us out. Though parents also, some of them have different views of what their children would do at school, and they would some even encourage them to go.
Some are in line with everything that the children do.
But then you have to try to shape a future for your daughter or your son, because the reason why you take the child to a school is for him or her to be educated, to learn some moral values and ethics. So those moral values that are learned in school, if they are not, employed in you does not have any essence of you going to school.
You're right.
Because schooling has to do with education. So education has to do with educating the mind. If the mind is educated, then everything has to be educated too. Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is we have to try to help one another,
Yes.
from both administration, students, parents, and teachers. Yeah, the moral lesson has to be strengthened, to be
You're
honest.
right.
Yeah.
If I hear you right, it will have to mean that we have to put all hands on deck, both parents and teachers and the students, for us to bring about change. Education is not only about learning and passing exams. The educated being has to be recognized. Somebody that is educated has to be recognized and then separated from those that are not educated. If you are illiterate, not an illiterate, people have to know by looking at you and your comportment, I guess. It has to be in play. That's my take anyway, to add up to what you guys have said, because all that you have said is something that I very much agree to. Now, and again, those uniforms that we're talking about, people signing on them, I'll still add up to what you guys have said. I'm not saying that what you have said is not enough. It's not enough. It's more than enough, as a matter of fact. But just to add up to what you guys have said, those uniforms can be used in another way. Instead of you signing on them, dirtying them, and they become waste, because some inks are indelible. You wash them, they will not come off. They're there permanently. So those uniforms will become useless. How about if you take that uniform, see someone that is coming to school with a tattered uniform or a worn out uniform, you give it to the person for them to use. I guess that is a better way of using the uniform than taking pens and felt pens and markers, signing on it. It's just something that I don't agree with. I see it anyway. I see it every day as a teacher. I see it, and there is nothing much I can do. Yeah. Now I would like us to drift a little bit into our local languages, because this forum, I term it to be a very, very important forum to gather students to talk about issues that surround your welfare, your student affairs. It's something that I think should be of concern to the parents as well. And I know they will be following. We have a very large followership, for your information. Parents follow from the Gambia, from Europe, from the outer world. And then I would like us to touch a little bit of our local languages, so that the people that are listening, that are not, I will not say that don't understand English, but I want to hear from you, to know that basically you guys are also part of our community, because we're talking about the Gambia here, isn't it? So I would like us to speak on our local languages that we have in the Gambia. That would be Wolof, Mandinka, or any other language that you guys might be comfortable in speaking. Are we clear with that? So, viewers, Assalamu alaikum, mang leen a gërëm di leen santa si seen seetaan Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Man la seen doom, seen xarit Racky. Suñ programme bi issues of educational development la waat, bu nga xam ne daf day ñëw every talaata si time bi. Tey nag dama fas yéene indi fii xale yi nga xam ne ñoom ay xale yoo xam ne ñoom ñoo jiite seen morom yi si school bi. Njiit laa leen di ooyee, ay xale lañ waaye ñoom ñooy njiiti si school bi, ñoom ñooy jiite seen morom yi, góor ak jigéen, head boys and head girls lañ leen di ooyee si school bi. Ñoom nag they are from different high schools. Ñu ngi am Joanna, koo xam ne mu ngi jógee St Peters High School, outgone head girl of St Peters High School. Ñu ngi am fii Fatmata, moom mu ngi jógee Charles Diaw Memorial Academy. Ñu ngi am fii Ibrahima, moom mu ngi jógee Charles Diaw Memorial Academy. Ak ñu ngi am fii Aliou tamit, moom tam mu ngi jógee Nusrat Senior Secondary. Léegi ñoom dinaa leen jox mic bi ñu wax leen yéen ñuy seetaan ñoom ñooy ñan si seen kaddu nga déggal leen, ku nekk lu mu bugg a làkk rek mu làkk loolu, su dee olof la, su dee soosa la. Mbari mandinkoolu altol fana mbal konton na ntelem aljima raki ntele ka ñim programme present on Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Programme mi yalon ko is basically about education, issues on educational development le mala title oti. Nka molle invite jamilu yalon ko ibela doko ke kan mi yalon ko anin karandiro anin karango la silo la namandin ko man strong ba ke bari mbatra kanne sañi nga student wala invite jambi min yalla ko itol lem student li dalti ibota various schools nga Charles Diaw Soto Jang ate Fatmata ate bota Charles Diaw nga Ibrahima Soto Jang ate fana mu head boy of Charles Diaw nga Aliou Soto Jang ate fana head boy of Nusrat and Joanna from St Peters sañi ñun student wol nge inati jambi ila nato jambi akumaya ta bakente to anin altol mi yalon ko alben jibe kan so mbela fring pour ye local language o ma demanding pour yalon ko altol fana mil ba jibe kan alia understand ko ñun ndol fa la dindi ngol la ñinti na gambian dindi ngol la ñinti bota na gambian school le to yen na gambian la local language ol fana fo demanding pour mbama nim fama ñul ani na sister sin ani na brother sol mil bala moy kam yalon ko ilafta na kango fana moy la from na tele kon amanke ko alman english kango moy bari ali na kango fana moy ngafo that is mandinka and wolof so mbe my go round la itol to pour itol fana se content roke ya fo itol lem jumalti from the horse's mouth aliya moy ani mina mi la do ko ti school oto ani ya mina mira ko student affairs is all about because it will be mu student wala nyaton ko leti so mba start la na far right that is from Joanna ladies first as usual Joanna here's the mic.
Assalamu alaikum. Mane ka Joanna mane kon head girl in St. Peters te dañ ñëw fii pour waxtaan affaire yi students yi ak affaire yi li teachers yi si school bi ak seen problèmes yi léegi fii tey ñu ngi waxante affaire yi students yi moo nekka teachers yi la moo nekka seen liggéey bi si school bi ak students yi tamit naka leen war a behave si jàng léegi boo waxee affaire yi students yi ak teachers yi ñaari yëpp ñoom ñoo war a liggéey ñoom ñaar moo nekka teachers yi lan leen war a joxe students yi ak students yi tamit lan leen war a joxe li teachers yi time ma nekkoon St. Peters it was indeed a great job moo nekka liggéey bi it was not easy waaye dama santa yàlla tey ma jógee si school bi santa yàlla tamit gaañ choose ma nekkoon head girl bi foofu noonu though nekku ne ma nekkoon most intelligent girl foofu noonu waaye gars yi dañ gis leena si man loo xamante ne ñu ne waa kii bu nga ko choose mu change school bi mu def leneen loo xamante ne waa ñu nit yi ne ko mun a remember loo moo tax gaañ choose ma so maa leen di wax jërëjëf.
waa léegi ñu dégg si Fatmata moom tam lan la am pour wax.
asalaamaaleykum yéen mi ñuy seetaan man nag maa tudd Fatoumata Jey waaye suma olof setut bu baax man maa ngi jógee ko Charles Young Memorial Academy maa nekkoon seen head girl recently laa jeexal grade 12 te nag suñ ñëw fii nii mooy waxtaan mbiri students yi ak teachers yi si biir school dem si mbiri yar ak teegi soo gisee ñu ne yar ak teegi nekkul ne yaay kese ñoo si war a xam nga jox seen wàll jàpp teachers yi ñu fa student itam ñu foofu noonu so dafa baax tamit ñu yar suñ yeen suñu waajur yi ngeen yar ñu ngeen won ñu yoon bu baax nga xamante ne suñ demee si biir school bi dinañ mën a am jàng bu baax ak jàng bu taxaw tamit soo gisee tamit ma toog fii nii ñu teg ma fii nii tey dañ gis dara si man comme leader si school bi la comme head girl and soo gisee ñu choose ma as head girl of Charles Young Memorial Academy dafa gis ne dañ gis dara si man ne kii nii suñ ko defee si place bi nii de dinañ mën a dimbale si students yi wàllu teachers yi ak wàllu community bi when it comes to Bundung parce que Charles Young Memorial Academy community baa ko moom mooy Bundung waaw man loolu mooy suma kaddu. waaw jërëjëf
sa kaddu rafet léegi ñu ñëw si Ibrahima yow tamit lan nga bëgg a laaka olof wala mandinka. yow olof nga dégg.
waaw olof laa dégg. so mandinka setu. asalaamaaleykum ñu ngi leen di nuyu beneen yoon man maa ngi tudd Ibrahima Ndong jógee Charles Young Memorial Academy maa nekkoon seen head boy bi. waaw head boy nag xam naa suñ ko buggee firi si olof dina xaw a doy waar tuuti waaw waaye comme head boy suñ ko waxee rek mooy ki nga xamante ni moom moom lañ tàmbi moom moo njiit daal si école bi si school bi waaw bu góor waaw dafay am ñaar nag suma head girl mi ngi ne le toog mooy Fatmata Jey ñun nag suñ liggéey ci school bi liggéey bu am solo la pour xamal ñi nga xamante ni ñu ngi seetaan comme waajur yi nga xamante ni xëy na ñoom dañuy gis rek head boy head girl ak ñi nga xamante ni counselor si school te duñ xam comme lan mooy seen liggéey dëgg waaw suñ liggéey ñun suñ liggéey mooy comme ñun ñi nga xam ñun ñooy taxaw place bépp student boo xamante mu ngi si school bi parce que ñun lañ tànn jël ñu ne jiite leen waaw seen morom yi waaye njiit moomu noonu nag nekkut loo xamante ni comme ñun ñoo leen gën a xam wala ñoo leen gën a man waaye yaakaar la boo xamante ni waaw yaakaar la boo xamante ni dañ ko yaakaar si ñun jox ñu ko moo tax biñ ñu ko joxee nag def nañ ci li nga xamante ni moom mooy suñu kéemtalaay kàttan waaw ñun nag xamante nañ suñ biir ak student yi te jëflante bi nga xam ne jëflante nañ ak ñoom jox nañu experience jox nañu ab xalaat bu màgg si ñoom waaw moo tax ñu ngi leen di wax rek ne yéen ñi nga xamante ni yéenay seetaan moo xam teacher la moo xam parent la moo xam ku mën di doon suñuy waxtaanee yar dafa am solo surtout si jamono ji ñu nekk nii ndimbal bi dina ñëw jóge ci yéen ñëw ci ñun parce que tey si school bi ñi nga xamante ni ñu ngi koy jàmbaarool xëy na su fekkoon ne gënoon naa nekk luñ taxaw dëgg-dëgg ci société bi konoon du doon métier noonu comme suñ liggéey si school bi waaw konoon dina doon gën a
na doon mel
neneen waaw loolu moo tax ñu ngi sàkku ci ñëpp rek ñu dimbale ñi nga xamante ni mooy ñun ñi seen doom yi waaw gën ñu teete si yoon bi wan ñu yoon bi te bañ ñu bàyyi ñuy jàdd di def naka sudut noonu parce que jamono ji dafa doy waar daal waaw
jamono ji moom passé na doy waar léegi ñu dégg from Aliou I know you will be speaking in the Mandinka language.
Yeah, I will try that.
Yes,
because
let's hear from you in Mandinka.
Assalamu alaikum badolo na konton atona kontola atamya no ko sande diga ba fan TV jibeka akata nya kondan ko badi pour kala nan kasijang kaka ja pula mi anna ko abaden nin karmuta ding wala anin karandillal mi anna ko la katala karamoto ani wululal fanan na ko nyina amba bi nata le pour kaja kaka ja ko la jam fan TV comme ba min fakan non tapoda dami wala newsrat sino secondary school ti newsrat karamu bani tala mo karmuta din wala nyaton ko dije so bidu nakacha ko nyin ablarin min ka wala mo karmuta din wala kulo kenya de karamoto kere fendi mi anna ko no la kacha no ko manda demanding pour ka yamane nim mandinga kawala ba min fokan no wala ko fenno mi anna ko benya nam blodu na nyoko nale lula lom tija sul anin karmuta din wala nyaton ko mi kamin ko andi councilor pour ka jaga kulo sabatendi anin karan kendo ka ke fendi mi anna ko ka soro karamo nyina fanna nyina ko manda demanding na itani je ko de niata kulo wala ko jibe karamonto fenno mi anna ko sandending na ja karmuta din wala ka taji ko mi sambela karamundel karandil larkan amu fenade mi anna ko aba siaka jambake bake ba min fokan no ko mana demande walam ko calendar la nin karamuta din wal mu fenade mi anna ko nyanna kadala bake be la role play wala be la taradulani yake pour ka ja ko kulo sabate no fananya ni ata jibe ti jasol itani ni baddi wal karande kan nyanna kala molti mi anna ko nyanna kulo sambala din wal kan pour sa ja ko din wal français bunyano ye hormo kama ko ba fanan ko man to nyami fanan anun karmol fanan mi anna ko la mata karamuta din wala memo administration de ka kada bake ka tudinol nyi ka rules samana wala luwal samana mi anno ka ba karamunta dinwal kulula wato wade nin karamunta dinwal keda modi mi anno ko ye ko ke karamunta mi anno ka ni luwa manta ka je ko karamunta dinwal nye busole kan prisaje ko sa kuluno nyami wolon ko de mi anno ko mbola ka ja kan jambi fan TV wala nakko ko de mi anno ko non sota santende
akumaya tabake at least we have someone that will speak in the Mandinka so that it will be balanced because tell Mandinka ko man strong bake de sani lafta ngamin discourse sani Aliou I will start with you in Mandinka laftale nga nani graduation patil minka keteng pool patil jana carnivalul jana tele informol ta ka safen ite woje nyaadile fo mus fenati mi yalan ko anyanta so tola bang
barka bake roge elo nyin karo nyinna ni ata jibe na jako just recent wala sentending nin karmunta dinwal kete fendi mi anna koy kumfaro ke l'exam woni na fanna nyina wala mo londi konti bo nyinde ikeke moti mi anna koy kata group memben dulalto ka noise make anim fanan ka je ko ka environment woni batande bake ke da uniform wol cv anim ko ko do dul mi anna koy ko daji ko nyina samba amba mol kam mi anna ko wala ba society nyin kono amu fenante mi anna ko fenna mi anna ko manjari pour ka je ko ke la uniform wol sign kata dulalto ni la fa pour ka je ko ye fon sodo ke fon enjoy i free tal pour ka je ko sitawa dawo da ni la family members ani kafuñol ni terol pour kata si ka patike ka domoro kanin ku kata wal bar karmunda ñun fomo fena de mi anda ko amena buña la horma karmunda din wal ñana kata baake karmunda ñun fomo buña ya jako amba han ka bi ba karamolto as far as similar results ta school do imu moldi mi anda ko still na imu karmunda din wal so jama na la exam bang asake moldi mi anda ko asamunu so kono ala duwa tarim pour ka jako kaydo le bedia bad ka jako ka findi kata anti light wala mu traffic light kata motol tonindi anin ku ko dol mi anda ko ñobata botando aning kaja ko kujamal ka je mi anna ko am fena mi anna ko anya bo mo wara bak anyin dula min yal na ko nyana diam la mine aman ka teacher sorti aman ka school administration di dula la mo student ko badami na ko aldi ngole karam mo nyim banne pre exam wala ala ke mo mi anna ko sa diam yesu ko no kay tan di ko di na pre exam wala ali aka tali na su ko no pour ka dal ni family si nyoka so ko no dol bla mi rankling but dinni wali keje ka perinya sifa ke wodula nyinda mo fena di mi anna ko ma adiamo si ada baka baka o fanna nyina so mbakar mta dinol be dal la nyina tata midale jare karbunto administration wala karbunto min mata karamu wala ya kata baka pour ka jago e diamo dinni wale kayta ndiye ko e sabati la dinkiralto ya fata kata wodula sivalto kaduna jelo ko piayu officer ka ke modi mi anako ke bendi je pour ka jago e janja o dol sa barmono je dol sa keno modi mi anako sa busaro soro nye isabata ko soro je mi anako ni mon del sokono ila family member so la bakere modi mi anako e be jaralo fanna nyina so ma student be dani la pour ka jago ye o daji ka sival ni ay ka fende mi anako ya landi karala e ka modi mi anako e concentrate ila karawani na fanna nyin kam na mar soro mi fulo fanna nyina
katun wo is important Michael di Ibrahim la for the meantime important tabake nga jeji be katun ka ñing gadri nol mil keteng I don't think it's necessary but nte schoolol mil long altol bota mil to ngalo ne ko wo schoolol te wukela nga ñu sat mil long ngalo ne wolte wukela nga Charles Jam mil long ita kele St Peter ani school ko tengol dol mi yalon koy man naja bari milu kaake wala yatina nga ñi isu race fonte so it's important na torop ñu discuss lool nonu moy xale yi luñ dé dajalo ni party fele di def ay carnival fele gathering yooyu noonu daal la feel ne it's not necessary léegi dama bëgg a yéen ngeen léegi ma ñëw si Fatmata Ibrahima xaaral ma ñëw si Fatmata ba si kanam man doog a ñëw si yow Fatmata nga wax ak waajur yi ak sa morom yi ndax loolu li nga xam ne dañ ko war a def la dafa war ndax war na war a warut
man daal si suma gis-gis si signing out bi lay wax lu bari parce que da ngaa gis ne si signing out bi student yi yu bari fu ñoo jógee mooy si seen kër yi la gaa di jógee first of man suma xelaat mooy balaa ngeen di jaxal seen last paper yi suñu yaay ak suñu papa yi ñu toog ñu waxtaan ak ñun ñu wax ñu ne lii ak lii ak lii moo xew te lii ak lii laa bëgg nga def nga bàyyi lii nii bul def lii te bul sol lii am na tamit student yoo xamante ne seen parents yi dañ leen dee waxal de waaye dañ dee dem seen gannaaw parents yi gaa dem def waaw gaa dem def te luñ dee def some of it ñeneen ñi ñu foofu noonu yoo xamante ne it's not respectful mooy jël seen uniforme yi di ko binda jël siso di ko dog di ko xar di ko bëna uniforme yooyu noonu nga gis noonu am na ñu bëri ñu néew doole yoo xamante ne ñun si school bi gars yi amuñ uniforme bu baax gars yi 3 years ba 3 years dañ leen dee jëndal uniforme te ñeneen seen nekkut seen parents si sax ñoo leen dee jëndal uniforme ñeneen dañ leen dee may uniforme yooyu noonu mu ngaa jël uniforme boobu noonu fot ko ba mu baax passé ko nga jël ko lem ko jox ko kooku noonu boromam dina kontaan te di nga si am lu baax di nga si am reward from Allah yàlla dina la fay waaw man daal noonu laa ko gisee
waaw loolu moom warut noonu gathering yooyu moom warut jiwaana naka la gathering yooyu war na wala warut
loolu ngay warut façon yi balaa ngay toog sang maybe moom xaaral ma based on signing out issue parce que bi ma war a nekk main topic boo xamante ne nit yi dañ war a discuss boo seetee about signing out issues xoolal ñeneen ñi gaa yi dañ dee jógee seen kër de dañ dee dem seen këri friends ba pare boo seetee signing out bu gaa yi bu ñu demee tiila duñ dee sol loo xamante ne dafay gudda de loo xamante ne is respectful gaa neen dem ñeneen ñi dinañ xaal seen scarf yi ñeneen ñi gaa yi dog ko ñeneen ñi gaa yi dinañ wees seen xaalis dem jënd scarf yi gaa yi sol ko ñu yóbbu ko foofu noonu loolu noonu balaa ngay sol scarf bu gàtta boobu noonu foog naa sax moo gën nga sol taati ne nga dem foofu parce que scarf boobu noonu yëpp la dee wone balaa ngay sol loolu noonu demal nga sol loo xamante ne dafa mu balaa ngay waste sa time sax di dem signing out toogal sa kër nga waxtaan ak sa njaboot yi foofu noonu mun naa they will talk to you about something that is important wala nga dem si school bi parce que ñeneen ñi dañ dee wax signing out is about having time with your friends parce que boobu noonu mooy nekk last moment ngay gisante ak sa morom
it could be the last
waaw balaa loolu nga dem si school bi toog foofu noonu ak sa morom yi ak sa juniors yi nga waxtaanal ak gaay nga xam seen weak points yi yow nga mun a raise gaay foofu noonu I think boobu noonu moo tane balaa ngaa dem tiilaat dem foofu noonu gaay mu la jamee ak paaka wala gaay bu la jamee foofu noonu ak leneen anga boobu noonu du ñu fa nekk ñoo lay yóbbu la
te du school bi ñooy responsible
boobu noonu
yaa fa yóbbu sa bopp
parents yi ñooy génnee xaalis ba pare loolu noonu is going to be a big fundraise boo xamante ne gaay dañuy wut ñeneen ñi boo fekkee sa famille de nekk mun naa am baadoole am nga doo ko mën a wax yi noonu waaye gars yi amuñ jigi loolu noonu gars dinañ dem feneen di ut gars bu ñu demee foofu noonu tamit ñooñu gars ne rusloo gars ñu wa gars yow sa doom mu si lopitaan bi mun loo koo fayal li so your parents will go through a lot boo xamante ne gars dina la faj balaa loolu foogu man da signing out bi sax jar na loolu
jar na ko de jarul ko de man foog naa ne loolu moom signing out ndax jar na ko jaru ko moom nekkul question bi daf ko jarul si boppam lu gën a important mooy nga jàng ba jeexal sa grade 12 am sa kayit yu baax dem def sa further education for now that is the most important Ibrahima naka la yow loo si am pour saani
waaw man lu ma am pour saani si loolu mooy xam naa yow as a teacher soo waxee jarul ko xam nga am na yeneen student moom teacher la moo tax
waaw
waaye comme lu ma bëgg rek mooy ñu understand mooy ñun dafa am fuñ jógee te ñun suñu waajur yi dafa am comme loo xamante ni moom la ñu yàgg a jàngal mooy suñu cosaan gis nga am na olof li muy wax mooy soo demee ba xamatoo fi nga jógee da nga dellu fi nga jógee comme ñun dañ dem ba nga xamante ni dañuy réer
waaw
te media bi dafa am a great influence si lii nii parce que léegoo-léeg li ñuy gis xam nga si yeneen yeneen dëkk yi ñuy jéem a roy daal te léegoo-léeg roy jigut borom waaw te ñun dañu war a xam ne ñun fi ñu jógee ak léegoo-léeg li nga xamante ni moom la ñuy def nekkut benn amul benn dëkk boo xamante ni dafay jëm kanam te dëkk bi delluwut ci li nga xamante ni moom la cosaan amut soo xoolee dëkk yi nga xamante ni yëpp ñoo jëm ci kanam ñoom li tax ñu jëm ci kanam mooy dañ dellu fañ jóge woon da ko dellu Afrique yëpp waaw te soo xoolee Rwanda rek exemple bu mag la
it's a big example
waaw moo tax li may wax rek mooy nañ xam ne ay carnival ak sign out nekkut loo xamante ne nii ñun luñ xamoon la leneen la loo xamante ni comme dañ ko introduce fii nii même njàng mi nga xam ne ñu ngi koy jàng nii sax moo tax léegoo-léeg damay toog su may waxtaan ak suma gars yi dama naan we need a transformation in this education system to be honest but somehow xam nga léegoo-léeg waaw dafay doy waar daal waaw moo tax ñun comme ñun student dañ war di toog di déglu suñuy waajur yi ñu ñuy waxal gis nga li ñuy waxal suñu njëriñ kese la waaw parce que waajur bu jur doomam bëggulut ko du bon waaw lépp lu mu la wax bàyyil rek xamal ne loolu noonu am na lam ci gis parce que moom moo la
am na jaar-jaar ba
waaw ku la mag moo la gën a moo la gën a am expérience daal waaw loolu nag neexut dégg parce que léeg-léeg soo nekkee student xam nga xale nga yaa ngi gis sa morom yi ñi ngi def yow dafay jafe trop pour nga bàyyi
especially at this age
waaw at this age waaw
teenage age la
gis nga
borom dañ dee déggal boppa
waaw
nga wax la ñu dégg dafay jafe
voilà moom mooy problème bi waaw so ñun li ñu war a xam moom dafa am fu ñu jógee te liñ fi ñu jógee waruñ koy bàyyi parce que suñ ko bàyyee dañuy réer te suñu réeree amul fenn foo xamante ni dañ ko mën a jaar pour développer suñu dëkk
loolu mooy dëgg léegi xam nga boobu moom exhaust nañ ko topic boobu noonu nekk na loo xam ne yéen ñëpp laal ngeen ci te loolu lañ si wax am na si solo Aliou tamit lu mu si wax am na njëriñ léegi lu ma bëgg a mooy ñu wax about yëfi xeex yi nga xam ne mu ngi am ñu ngi koy gis si media bi ñu ngi gis si news bi student yi nga xam ne ñu ngi dóor seen teacher yi di leen gaañ loolu nekk na loo xam ne doy na waar man de jaaxal na ma parce que ragal loo na ma as a teacher because nekk na loo xam ne yow yaa ngi jéem a réprimande student bi si classe bi mu dem xaar la si koona bi nga génn mu dal sa kaw jam la paaka nga génn mu dal sa kaw jël lu garaaw gaañ la ko pour rek gaañ la ñu ne gaañ na ko xam nga loolu nekk na loo xam ne bëgg naa ñu laal foofu noonu tamit as student leaders for that matter ba léegi xam naa ne yéen student ngeen parce que génnagu leen pareegu leen de jeexal grade 12 taxul nga pare waaw léegi I will call you as student still because ba léegi di ngeen dem gisante ci tey léegi yéen lan ngeen teg ne lan lañ war a def ba loolu noonu we make a stop to it at least ñu jéem a taraay naka lañ koo saafaralee mbaɗigol ngamin fo sura kankoto sañi wolem ko ñing attaque min aɓe keyrin jang Gambia kono jang tica sol ni student ol tema student o ye tica barama student o ye tica bomurola student o ye tica barama ñami yalon ko amari sete ay salo bitana ye laji yalo manke ku femi yalon ko tol yawolonde ndolla tani buka hañi ke la tica fango jibe a ñakon bari sayno student ol hañita foy ka le tica bute e kalipa ya barama wammi mu fenneti mi yalon ko tolde nte silatale aseti tan nte silata ay nte silandile so wala nan ko ni nga studentol bendi jang abe kala kilinati topigol kono mi yalon ko mbamala itol fana yela idea foje itol le mina mira ko nyanta wala kala pour nga wo wondi jang kat wo man ken tol tati ntol mo wolo so I will start with Aliou aya fo mani ka ngoto atay mune mira won.
Well, baraka bage ila nyin karo nyinna. Ko ya fo nyami rek ni ada student rebellion jibe wala mu student la kunjati ani student wala ka manya min ke karamo to katela karamo to mamorol ka mimmi karande ladi. Amu fena de mi alno ko sandenti na je fena mi alno ka sembo war kam banko kan and fena mi alno ko nyanna katal baka pour ka ka ko nyin jara. Ila nyin karo mi da ko sa jara no nyadi de. Nyin jara lo nyin fenjama bala nyana kala pour ka ko nyin ka stop o pour ka ka tala. So aboko no wolam ko nimba enrollment wakela wala nimba student wal tala karamol to because ya no command do man nimba diamla karamta dini wal bele manta diamla from our own perspective or from our own school. You understand? So kona fo nun command nyadi student no nibe kulu nyalla biye follow administration no miana ko lam karam mina malta karamol ni ba taro kele nyanda jibe ba karamta dini jamala tala karamta dini wa nyala status jibe. That's why ni ka travel from your country to another country you can face certificate of character sambana wala fe da marite kuriya ko ke banko ka nyana fe ma ke nyani batamala so e ka student fana figo out wal nyama nana tan karam ka assessment no nyanga pour ka jako ka student jibe fo student kuluru wala ma fo student kuluru nte ite student jana tan ko transfer paper rek ya ta ka okay ne enroll student do je ni aje bay karamol do e kuriya la ke je i borta ni nata ita karamodo ye enroll ko handa kay as far as Gambia di wala fa karam mabunde ala pula na karam student ni transfer paper nata as student ni assessment ya jibe ko fanyi mari muna tabu anata nan kabo karamuno kanan karamundor so fana mo one factor mi ana je nyana jibe la flanya wala mun telefona na karola ntal mi ana ko ntal mo karamuta dinu wal nyaadon ko de nyanna katara baga kaja ko communication wala ka nyo moyo way tara nen karamuta dinu wal tema e kan de minje personal mba example ta lam fondo mi ata ndara karamuta jibe karamuta dinu wal mi alna ko dul ka fay mu dongoldi mi alna ko ila donga yanda maje but ni ajibe by looking at the virtue of their appearance ibavlo ko ñun ni ko jadal wala mun tala best friend karamoda ni nata na school to ini hairstyle I send them home to go and remove it ni nata na school in default shoe I send them home ni nata na school man korenke beleta so kono ye pare fe na muruna bro mati na ko badi ya mbanite ma kondo because student no ni ronte te fanya na ko rontala the reason why Ali is sending me home man tara nyama ni man nyama no atambela so ni ara school ka dialogue create ni wo multema o mo mi ane ko ja yesin ye kachandi amanjari you should not be aggressive towards them just try to talk to them you understand you motivate inspire ya tani ko nyingi nyene daji ko ya you counsel them very well kadiamo nyin daji ko bula mo beti abake ikamin ken na tema ko yala ini ya kacha ibaja ni je kamole student ni me talking in the school is compulsory. Ni me talking, don't go libege talking. But ni anjeng kanana rek, they will just step behind. You don't class okone. Smogule do. Fonin tambira. So ni na ye kana ikaje Tony ya don't go do kurro kontari. Mbeke lipa mbuke ma mbeke fenkela. But
because of the respect they have.
Thank you so much. So wala bije ni anjere ikai ma bole ita e talking enana. Ya fanya biga do je wal kana no ya fanya boss binji be manya mbi ma intakle so student leader so fane role sur pour ka ka play ni aja student ko jara karamonto ani teacher buga be akuma nina a inspire ya council ya diamae ndal na audit committee so le na commission so school do mi ana ko ni student no kuriake nke mata ne commission very well ni teacher nen class ko na ke commission ni sino prefero nen kita ne commission na kuluro le kan o sini sama karamonto ni nyi ak feni mi ana ko akele mane yeah
ni school sol be ka wokede o jama bal betar la jemi yalla ko ite aussi fal kala so we drift now to the wolof language pour lu ma don wax rek pour ñom tam ñu sanni ci sen kaddu légui ma ñew ci Joanna la nga am pour wax about student yi nga xamne ñu ngi atal sen di di len door di len gañ di len def yu metti yi nga xamne teacher bi na dem tédal l'hôpital yow lan nga ci xel
am nga façon yi dafa depend yow kër bo joggé ak ban school nga dem yeneen schools yi ñu foofu noonu like private schools duma wax yëpp de waaye ñeneen yi ñu foofu noonu they are only in need of their money waaye boo demee school boo xamante ne that administration is strict foog man dafa façon yii nii dina dal gaay foofu noonu ak dafa depend tamit si leaders yu nekk si school boobu noonu you try to pick out the best from the crops wala nga try nga find out ñan ñoo nekk students yoo xamante ne dañ dee ñoo jànga ak ñan ñoo nekk students yoo xamante ne dañ dee ñoo bully seen morom yi foofu noonu if you try to pick out this I think there will be less violence in the school ak tamit parents yi tamit gaan def dara foofu noonu comme ça yow boo toogee nga seet ne sa doom daf dee dem wóor ba boori timis mu soog a dellu nga toog nga laajte ko waaye nga laajte ko waaye yow foo demoo ak lan nga nekkoon di u foofu noonu boo ko waxalee si yoon boo xamante ne dafa jat xam nga moom tamit dina toog mu wax la waaye boo toogee nga toog foofu noonu di yuuxu si sa doom bi foog ma da sa doom tamit bu yuuxee sa kaw xam nga façon yi respect du dee démarrer foofu
du fa demaat
soo façon xale yi leen war a toog ñu try ñu point finger si school si bu génnee gaay foofu noonu façon yi nekku boo point finger gaay nga sànni gaay ñu dem si beneen school you punish them in a matter that gaay bu demee si kër bi ñu toog foofu noonu for almost 2 weeks gaay bu dellusee they will be like I missed something inside this school and I have to change my attitude.
Good. waaw kay léegi ñu jox Fatoumata itam lan moo si sa xalaat.
ok man suma xalaat fii mooy xam nga nit doo ko mën a gis rek nga ne kii nii la mel.
waaw
you cannot judge the book by its cover. su fekkoon loolu la ni ko noonu we will not even have this discussion. parce que doo mën a ñëw si school principal bi xool la nii rek mu ne yow nit ku bon nga du ma la jël suma school. loolu doo ko mën a lii comme dafa am ways bi nga xamante ne loolu la ñoo yoon yoo xamante ne yooyu la ñoo toppal nga mën a xam ne kii bi ba lii façon bi nii la. loolu yëpp si teacher si la.
waaw
balaa teachers ngay jël teacher sa biir school war nga fexe nga try teacher boobu noonu mu go under workshop bi nga xamante ne danga koo jàngale yow nii nga waxee ak nit nii nga waxee ak student parce que there's this thing li nga xamante ne mooy depression ak mental breakdown Africans si dañ teg ne comme it's not real waaw and it's very rampant in our society and most of us are going through it dangaa gis student boo xamante ne is going through depression mu ngee dem under depression muy am test duy perform nga gis ko nga koo saaga wala nga naan ko yow mbaam nga yow lii nga wala léeg-léeg nga loolu dafa naxari boromam su la gisee sax sometimes du dee bëgg a dugg sa biir classe su la gisee nga def leena sax mun na moo am bad mind wala xel boo xamante ne kii su ma ko gisee dama koo rey wala dama koo def li so pour ñu avoid loolu noonu yëpp we have to undergo training ak sensitization ak workshop parce que ku nekk there's this saying that in every beast there's a heart in it dafa am nooy waxee ak nit ki nu munti mun a tàng soo waxee ak moom dafa seet nit rek la mun a doon ba pare tamit dafa war a dem ak respect waaw loolu laa am
te respect dafa nekk loo xam ne danga ko am pour joxe ñu door la koo delloo soo joxewul respect duñ la delloo respect bi loolu moom suma mbokki teacher yi dinaa leen si ñaax nooy waxee ak student important na nooy approché student bi important na student bi tamit nit la danga koo téye comme sa raka rek mbaa sa doom bi nga bàyyi kër soo ko traité humanly moom tam dina act towards you humanly waaye soo ko traité otherwise moom tam dina act towards you in a very violent manner or in a very aggressive manner boo xam ne yow tam doo ko expect so we all need to change for the better léegi ñu déglu Ibrahima moom tamit mu wax si dara si loolu noonu teacher si xaw ma student yi ñuy door seen teacher yi ñuy tëddi lopitaan
waaw laajte bu am solo nga laajte parce que waaw man dama gëm ne gis nga mooy olof li muy wax comme loo gis rek am na lu ko yëngal tamit waaye benn lam tam du kala comme mbir mi nekkut student kese nekkut teacher kese waaye tamit comme parents yi tamit am nañ si rôle bi nga xamante ne dañ ko war a play bu ama am solo parce que tey gis nga ñun dafa am loo xamante ni dañ koy bàyyi xel mooy suñu xale yi comme jamono bi ñu nekkee xale comme la ñuy jàng ay yenn mbir affaire yi coxor yi nga xamante ni moom la ñuy def suñu màggee parce que ñu ngi koy seetaan dañ koy gis sa xale soo ko yoree si kër bi da nga ko war di contrôler doom soo ko juree su fekkee ne da nga bëgg ëllëg mu njëriñ la da nga koy yar teete ko te bañ ko bàyyi comme mu def lu ko neex seetaan lu ko neex dem fu ko neex ànd ak ku ko neex non da nga koy wan yoon bi donte que ne waruloo koy naxaral waruloo koy waaw naxaral jox ko waaw xañ ko li nga xamante moom la war a def daal waaye da nga ko war a teg si yoon bi loolu nag ñu bëri nag xamuñu ko waaw su jógee foofu noonu ñu ñëw ci wàllu bi nga xamante ni moom lañ jógee rek ñun ñi parce que comme ni nga ko waxee dañu war a xam ne ñun ba tey jeexalaguñ comme ñu ngi dem pareeguñ lii nekkul tamit comme grade 12 student rek ñoo koy faral di def waaw soo demee ba junior school sax
offer basic bi foofu la gën a bari
waaw am na fa parce que man mi
am na fa waaw because léegi soo demee si primary bi big boys and girls nga fa dee fekk waaw loolu yëpp mu ngi si yëpp sax schools yëpp la
waaw so loolu la comme ñun gis nañ ci comme loo xamante ni comme suñuy bët tegu na si ñu jaar fi nga xamante moom la ñu war a jaar ba fexe comme yooyu du am comme mooy li Aliou doon wax rek comme léegoo-léeg dafa des tamit si ki nga xamante ni moom moo war a yoonu sax moom moo waral mbir mi waaw parce que tey problème su amee diggante teacher ak student yow mi nga xamante ni yow yaa war a taxaw si digg bi yow yaa war a xam naka ngay doxalee waaw te yenn teachers tamit dañu war a bàyyi seen xel comme man dafa am loo xam ne jàngee naa ko tam ci mbir mi nga xam ne comme jiit biñu ma teg nii balaa ñuy waaj a commencé suñu school dañuy defal benn workshop bu am solo waaw training boo xamante ni daf ñu jox lépp loo xamante ni soxla nañ ko pour xam ko xanaa ñun ñu fàtte ko wala ñu bañ koy def waaye lépp loo xamante ni war na pour ñun ñu def ko ci wàllu liggéey bi jàngal nañ ko waaw maa ngi fàttaliku Mr Diatta Mr Tamba Mr kii Ndiaye waaw ñoom ñooñu doon orienté et des orientation ñetti fan yoo xamante ñu ngi ko tegle comme loolu dafa am solo parce que tey man loolu jàngee naa si tey su ma taxawee ak student rek xam naa naka laa war a wax ak yow xam naa yow léegi sa mère fan la toll ak fan laa la war a jaar ba nga xam naa la wax li nga xam ne moom nga war a def naka lay def ak yow Mr Diatta bés boobu daf ñu wax ne comme there is a difference between doing the right thing and doing the thing rightly the right thing rightly waaw parce que tey li nga xamante ni moom laa war a def mooy waxtaan ak student bi comme maa ngi koy jaarale foo xamante ni comme su fekkoon ne comme teacher la comme gis nga problème mu xew wala nga war a wax ak student comme yow lii sa rôle mooy nga waxtaan ak student bi ne ko li nga def nii jaaduwul de waaye da nga war a am tamit noo waxee ak moom waaw comme you are doing the right thing but you should do it rightly also loolu am solo
am na solo kay Charles yow bi ma xam kay loolu moom nekk na loo xam ne man mun naa koo seede su dee defal nañ ko student yi man mun naa koo seede ne defal nañ ko teacher yi tamit parce que man ba tey maa ngi amee seen document boo xam ne ethics and professionalism moo ci nekka so reported to Charles yow as a teacher they will be giving you that document to read and get acquainted with it bala ngaa joxe sa acceptance loolu man dinaa ko attest for Charles yow I cannot speak for other schools waaye Charles yow moom loolu moom mu fa waaw léegi xam nga loolu nekk na loo xam ne dina tax nga xam sa liggéey dina tax nga xam yow teacher bi fan nga war a em dina tax nga xam naka nga war a approcher students yi parce que student yi tamit nit lañ de student nit rek la danga koo téye comme sa raka bi nga bàyyi si kër bi man tey su ma demee fee suma student yi dama leen di seet comme suma raka yi ma bàyyi si kër bi mbaa suma doom yi ma bàyyi si kër bi mbaa suma jarbaat yi ma bàyyi si kër bi understand so loolu noonu soo ko defee nit ki rek doo leen jotee waaye nit ki nga koy param-param di ko treat in a way boo xam ne yaa ngi koo treat comme nekkul nit xam nga moom tamit réaction boo cee am rek dafa fekk yaa ko uti waaw loolu tamit suma mbokki teacher yi dinaa leen si ñaax lool ñu seet naka la ñu approché waaw liggéey moo ñu fa teg liggéey bi tamit dañ ko àndale ak discipline ñun suñ boppa dañ war a am di self discipline bi suñ biir soo discipline rek lañ lay delloo waaye nag soo bëggee def indiscipline on students di leen param te loolu ñun ñëpp am nañ si experience ñu ne a school master now was once a school boy understand nga so man li maa nekk teacher yi tey man tamit nekkoon naa student de am naa jaar am naa si experience am naa experience of even a teacher's bad approach towards me ma wax benn rek mu saaga ma xam nga loolu nekk na loo xam ne nekkul loo xam ne dama ko expect from him as my teacher man loolu dama jooy si classe bi dama jooy ma jóg ma dem si principal bi moo ko waaye moom tamit he was disciplined because authorities wax nañ ne ko li nga def warloo ko def looy saagee nit ki si kanami classe bi si loo xam ne defut la dara waxut la dara yow daf la ko neex daf la neex nga xool ko rek saaga ko tegal ko ay saaga nekkul loo xam ne daal teachers la war nañoo seet daal foofu tamit war nañoo seet foofu in as much as students yi ñu ngi xool seen boppa teachers war nañoo seet seen boppa pare waajur yi tamit ñoom tamit ñu seet seen students yi seen doom yi ñoo yóbbu si school si bul nobal sa doom crime boo yóbbu sa doom si school indiscipline bi laay wax ba léegi de boo yóbbu sa doom school leeralal yépp bul noba dara xamalal authorities school boo leen di boo koy yóbbu ne leen ne lii la def school belee moo tax ma ko indi fii bugga naa nag ngeen jàppa ci xam nga loolu yëpp dafay leeral mbir mi waaye soo nobbalee sa doom lim def nga suturaal ko indi neem of sutura yow nga indi ko si school boobu ñoom xamuñ xam nga duñ loo comme noo ko wax rek yu ko na jooj di buy bàyyi di kooba yow doo mun a gis xale bi rek nga nekk xale bi nii la mel mbaa naa la mel yow sa waajur bi ko indi soo ko leeralul gars yi duñ ko mun a xam soo moo tax dafa war pour ñun waajur yi ñuy leeral soo yóbboo sa doom ne leen kii de dafa téye si school bele school nangam sangam dafa amee expulsion léegi ma indi ko seen school pour ngeen jàppa ci ndax mu mun a nekk a better person understand nga loolu yëpp discussion la rek léegi in that way dina xam ne ñoom tam dinañ si téye yow waajur bi yow tam nga def si loo si mun ñeneen tam def si luñ si mun student leaders yéen tam comme kii Aliou nu mu ko waxee am na student yoo xam ne tey jox nañ ko cër boo xam ne suñ ko séenee muy ñëw dañoo gaaw ñu dress properly because jox nañ ko that discipline that respect boo xam ne di saaf na ko because of nu mu leen di approché ya tax waaw loolu yëpp ñëpp a si dee jàpp comme nu Ibrahima wax rek ñëpp ñoo si war a bokk muy student bi woo muy teacher bi woo muy parent bi woo even the society has a role to play man always loolu laa dee wax even man suma doom soo ko gisee muy def lu bon si mbedd bu ko bàyyi yow mi nga xam ne yaa ko gis man nekkuma fa soo ko jéemee réprimande mbaa nga correct ko mbaa nga report ko tu man dinaa si jël step waaye soo ko seetaanee du suma doom kooku dafa continuer si lu mu nekk so loolu yëpp are things that can contribute in a positive way to the development of the society to the better waaw yéen ñëpp kontaan naa si yéen I'm very happy that you guys contributed immensely we've come to the tail end but we'll switch back to the English language so I would like you to tell us your final remarks and tell us where you head into from here because life after school is important because you finished your grade 12 but it's not the end of the road it's like it's the beginning of another journey the tougher journey I will call it because you've just completed one phase of it so you head into the wider world because after school moom yërmande bi jeex na de xam ngeen loolu aha bala faa bantale Aliou ñaari lo bala faa bantale de because suñ laa yërëm di la may lunch ñu fiñ laa yërëm di la jox extra allowance bi nga téye as the student fekk yaa ngi nekk student la soo demee ba jeexal school yooyu yëpp daf dee jee dañ la de wax ne léegi you are responsible in what way da nga am pour am focus nga am direction nga xam ne lii laa bëgga pour nekk a better person because this is just a bridge that you're crossing I don't know whether you know it's a bridge that you all are crossing te yàlla def yéen ñëpp ngeen cross ngeen pass with flying colors yàlla def yéen ñëpp ngeen dem foo leen bëgg a dem ku si bëgg a dem university mu dem university ku si bëgg a dem vocational training mu dem vocational training but I would like to hear from all of you as your final remarks where I expect to see you next because I know from here now the time I will see you again or I will get to hear from you again will meet you in another level I pray so dama bëgg ngeen wax ma lan mooy seen aims and aspirations life after school ma starté si Joanna
Once again, thank you, viewers and Mrs. Jallo.
yeah
For me, life after school, maybe it determines, maybe some will say it determines after when you take your results what you want to do. But I think you have to take a decision right now because you have sat your exam already and you will be like, I am hoping for a positive result. So maybe for me, life after school, I would like to go to the UTG. That is my main aim and study architect because in my former school, that is St. Peter's, we have been doing technical drawing, and in technical drawing there is geometry and mechanical drawing and building drawing.
Okay.
So it's indeed a great opportunity because I have learned a lot in that building drawing, and I have decided to take a step now, that is to study architecture.
to study architecture
Yeah.
okay that's a good thing for a lady to aspire to be an architect so let's hear from Famata.
Okay, that's a very important topic for me because life after school is something that is very important because at this stage in life, many people think that like you are an adult now, you are on your own.
Thank you.
You do things on your own, you find things on your own, and you are on your own.
Yeah.
And I would like to be studying medicine in any university I find myself. It's either in the country or outside. If I get hold of a scholarship, I would like
Were
to...
you a science student or what?
I am a science student,
Thank
yes.
you. All right.
I am a science student. And I would like to study medicine because I like to venture into gynecology because I've seen that many of our in this hard time we have many of our women losing their lives in the labor ward, and I am very passionate about saving lives, and I would really like to save lives of women and many children in this world. That is why I want to be a gynecologist and pursue my dreams as one.
I'll hope to see you one day at the labor ward. So let's hear from Ibrahima. Ibrahima, then you pass it on to Aliou.
Thank you very much. Okay, my last remarks, would be to say
on life after school.
Yeah, life after school. Okay, so basically for me, I've tried my best to widen opportunities for myself because I am a science student.
Okay.
But along the way, I did also technical drawing.
Okay.
So I also try to do further maths to just widen the opportunities because I sought advice from many people and they gave me advice.
Okay.
So whatever I want to do, I just try to make sure I go to people and ask for their opinions because one head is not a head. So that is what I did. So right now I'm just waiting for my results to see.
Yeah, made it come out.
Yeah, because I might venture into architectural work, engineering,
as
even medicine.
Okay.
I have many things in my head though.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
You're just gambling.
Yeah, but I like to do engineering, to be honest.
So engineering is your passion.
Yeah, it's one of my passion.
Yeah,
one of
you're
them.
more passionate on that one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's hear from Aliu. Aliu, how about you?
Well,
What was life after school hold for you?
last remark, I would thank you for inviting us here,
Yes,
and then the
you're
entire Fine TV
Yeah.
for having us here
Yeah.
to share this platform with my colleagues. Well, life after school is not easy, so I'm going to employ all the students to engage themselves before the results will be out. That's my first advice to them. And life after school, it is something that is somehow crazy. Right now, we are actually touching everywhere.
Yeah.
So, me personally, I wanted to do computer science, but my skill is into journalism, as many people portray. But to be honest with you viewers who know me very well, Ali is a household name. But I'm not going for journalism. I will definitely prefer to venture myself into computer science.
Okay.
Yeah, so that I can actually help the country when it comes to technological wide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good thing. It's been good having you guys here. Um, it's a good thing that I decided to convert students so that everybody will get to see them and hear their opinion from the horse's mouth. You know, we cannot always speak for you. You guys have to come out and speak to your peers and then speak to your parents and then speak to the general public, I would say. So it's been good having you here. It's an honor that you granted our invitation at a very, very short notice, because as long as it took us barely a week to convert all of you. The number could have been even larger, but due to time constraint, we could not get hold of all of the students that I wanted to gather here. But as time goes on, I'll be inviting series of students from other schools as well for us to hear their experience and their take on issues that surround the welfare of students in general. So it's been a pleasure having you, Joanna. I thank you for coming. Fatmata, I thank you for coming. Ibrahima and Aliu. It's a pleasure that I had you hosted on my platform, Issues on Educational Development, on Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. And I've been your host, Raki Jallo, and we extend our gratitude and thanks and appreciation to the entire Gambian population that are watching us, the followership, the likes and comments, people in the Gambia, people abroad. We see we appreciate and we see the support that is coming all the way from abroad, Europe, everywhere. People are applauding our efforts. They're telling us to push on, that it will be better. We see all the comments that are coming, positive comments, and then we learn from the comments that are also critical. We say a thank you, and it's a goodbye from us. Till we come your way next week, inshallah. Goodbye.